Haunted battlefields around the world. War never truly ends. Long after the guns fall silent, some battlefields remain alive, echoing with whispers, phantom footsteps, and shadows that refuse to fade. Tonight, we'll walk through the haunted grounds where history's bloodiest battles left more than just memories. Some of these tales are real. One is not. Let's see if you can tell which. Whispers of Gettysburg, USA. They say Gettysburg is the most haunted place in America, and it's hard to argue. More than 50,000 men were wounded or killed there in just 3 days in 1863. Visitors report hearing gunfire in the distance when the fields are empty, and seeing soldiers still marching through the fog. At Devil's Den, where the fighting was most savage, tourists have taken photos showing ghostly faces among the rocks. One of the most famous spirits is a barefoot soldier who approaches visitors and calmly says, "What you're looking for is over there." When they turn back, he's gone. Even modern park rangers have refused night shifts alone. They claim to hear regimental drums beating softly in the wind. Gettysburg isn't just history, it's still happening. Culloden Moor, Scotland. The Scottish Highlands are known for their eerie beauty, but Culloden Moor carries a sadness that never left. In 1746, it was the site of the final Jacobite uprising, a brutal, one-sided slaughter that ended Scottish independence. Witnesses described the air itself feeling heavy, as if the ground remembers the pain. Each April 16th, on the anniversary of the battle, locals report hearing the clash of swords and the cries of dying men. Some have seen spectral Highlanders running through the mist before vanishing into the heather. A woman in tartan, called the Mourning Highlander, is often seen weeping on the field at dawn. Even birds avoid the area. As one visitor put it, it's like the land itself still mourns. Few dare to stay there after dark. The fields of Passchendaele, Belgium. The Battle of Passchendaele during World War I was hell on earth. Thousands drowned in mud mixed with blood, and the dead were buried where they fell. Today, the fields are quiet, but never at peace. Local farmers still unearth helmets, bones, and rusted rifles every year, the so-called iron harvest. But some say it's not just relics that resurface. Hikers at night hear the crunch of boots in the mud behind them, though no one is there. Lights flicker through the fog, like old trench lanterns, bobbing and disappearing. One British soldier's ghost is said to wander the fields calling for Harry. Researchers believe Harry was the name of his younger brother, killed just a few yards away. They never found either body. The ghosts of Isandlwana, South Africa. In 1879, at the foot of a lonely mountain in Zululand, a British army was wiped out by Zulu warriors at Isandlwana. When rescuers arrived days later, they described a scene of utter horror, but also silence. No birds, no wind, nothing. Locals still avoid the site, claiming to hear strange cries and the sound of shields clashing in the distance. Some report seeing glowing figures, half British, half Zulu, replaying their final charge in the moonlight. Visitors who camp nearby tell of a low humming sound at night, like 1,000 voices chanting from underground. One traveler once left a recorder running overnight and captured what sounded like a drumbeat echoing faintly for hours. There were no ceremonies that night, and no one else for miles. The Phantom Army of Tulum, Mexico. Hidden beneath the tourist paradise of Tulum lies a darker past. Before the Spanish arrived, the region was home to fierce Mayan warriors who defended their temple city to the death. But according to local legend, the warriors never truly left. Divers exploring nearby cenotes, those deep freshwater sinkholes, have reported seeing shadowy figures drifting through the blue light, fully armed in ancient armor. Others hear rhythmic splashing, like synchronized footsteps underwater. Even fishermen say they sometimes glimpse rows of glowing eyes in the shallows at night. Archaeologists once discovered footprints around a sealed temple door, prints that appeared overnight in solid limestone dust. They matched no living person. And when they opened the door days later, they found weapons still stained dark, as if the battle had ended only yesterday. And those are just 5 of the world's most haunted battlefields, where the living and the dead share uneasy ground. From fog-covered moors to jungles and deserts, echoes of war still drift through the night. Which one do you think isn't real? Tell us your guess in the comments below, and if you enjoyed walking these haunted fields with us, be sure to like, subscribe, and join us next time for another descent into the dark side of history. Because some ghosts never surrender.